Good morning. It is June 17th, Tuesday, 2025. Welcome. Welcome, you all. You're here to fight CPS with your host, Bob Pace, and to hang on to your children. I know many of you are faced with the task of dealing with a rogue CPS entity I call the Child Protection System. It's a government entity that was created in '62 by Congress that told social services to create a body of social workers to protect our children from neglect and abuse and to do family reunification because studies have shown the best parents are the biological parents. So if a parent screws up, there are parenting classes and drug programs and domestic violence programs and other kinds of programs that can help the parent. We necessarily don't want to have the children adopted or trafficked into foster care, but unfortunately, the rogue CPS entities do that. And after talking to over 2,000 people around the world, and I'm talking about 23 countries, including the US, and all 50 states, including Washington, D.C., it's a horrible, horrible feeling when someone intrudes in your home. There's things that we made stupid mistakes, and I'm just as bad as y'all. I too am a victim of CPS. I've been fighting for 15 years, and I've been accused wrongly by a layperson, a family, an in-law. They were my wife's mother and father and sisters, 3 sisters and a brother. They'd call in once a week. Shortly after I lost my job through no fault of my own in the year 2010. It was a hard thing losing a job, especially after working for 45 years continuously. Now, I've found work elsewhere, but being involved in CPS has ruined my job credibility. It's making my involvement one of the reasons why I'm not picked. I think the other reason is because of my age. See, I was 60 in 2010, and 15 years later, I'm 15 years older. I don't feel older. I don't act older. I don't look older. But I am older, and a lot of people look at age, and they shouldn't have. We have a president who's 79 years old, has one of the most critical jobs ever. He has to be on his game. He's a very active president, and he's all over the place. And it looks like his traveling and going to public events and talking about issues is not slowing him down. He's very open and everything. And he's created this great organization called Doge. Now, I've talked about it a lot on my show here, my live stream. And Doge is the Department of Government Efficiency. They're determined to find out what government is running amok bad. And CPS, the Child Protection System, is being investigated as part of social services. I know for a fact because I was dealing with social services a week ago on a Friday. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I'm on twice a day, 7 days a week. In the evening, I'm on at 7 p.m. for an hour. And then on the weekdays at 10 a.m. in the morning, and on the weekend, 8 a.m. in the morning. They're 1-hour live streams. And I've been doing this now for 20 months, since October 2023. I have not missed a live stream yet. My times may have varied in the past, especially when it gets close to the high school football season, because I still actively follow high school football, as well as college football on Saturday and the NFL on Sunday, along with my interests in car racing and surfing. Yes, I live in Surf City, USA, close to the beach. I'm a former administrator, contest organizer, contest director, And I've been doing that for 25 years as well as a competitor. But I'm here to help you all with your situation. And here we go with our regular Tony the Tiger, Cassandra. I'm glad you're checking in with me. I'm glad you're all right. How was your bus trip for your counseling? How did your counseling session do? Tony the Tiger is from Otsego County in New York. And she has a 13-year-old son that she's trying to see and try to get back. Wow, you're out there and outdoors. You're going to go to Gilbert Lake for a group hiking. Well, Gilbert Lake, I hope there's fishing maybe. Your daughter is going to be with you, but I know your son would love to go with you guys. Enjoy the hike out there. Enjoy your time at Gilbert Lake. Not been there, but it sounds like a nice place. Now, the world is changing all the time. And the part about social um, service, hopefully it will get better. All right, Cassandra, that's a beautiful lake. It's in Lawrence, New York, along Route 12. It's open to 9 o'clock. Well, that should be a lot of fun. It's a huge lake state park. The lake looks pretty. It looks pretty, and so does the images I see. I wish I was going there. That is very picturesque. Wow, the picnic table, unbelievable. Log cabins, a swimming hole, beautiful of hills, more cabins, campers, leaves, the lifeguard tower at the lake. Wow, that's beautiful. Got canoes to go out on. Inside is very woodsy. That looks great. Good place to take your dog. The rooms look cozy, simple, kitchenettes and so forth, and bedrooms. Wow. Thank you for sharing that, Cassandra. Good. I don't know what kind of fish the lake holds, but it looks like it may have bass. It may have bass and bluegill. Those may be the simple fish there. Maybe I'll have some trout. I don't know. Trout's a hard animal. They have to have a lake here. But anyway, I'm here to help you all with your CPS matter. Now, there's several ways that you can participate in here, and already someone's doing emoji. That's one of the ways. And thank you, Sydney Griever. You're on yesterday. How are you, Sydney Griever? Good to hear from you. I don't know where you're from, Sydney Griever, but it's good that you come here. So emojis are nice. I like that. Also, you can check the follow button to follow me, do reviews about me. And if you want to be notified when I'm on, hit the notification button. But one thing is nice that you can also text me messages on here to help specifically with your CPS case. Now, I'm not an attorney. I'm a loving father, a husband. I've helped raise 6 children, and I have 42 years of marriage. And I have a lot of life skills. I'm a world traveler. I'm just as home in Fiji as I am in Portugal or France or Norway or Spain. I've been to a lot of places: South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, Cook Islands, Japan, Najima Island, Guam. There's a lot of exotic places I've been to in my search for the endless summer. I did that for 25 years, lived out of a bag. It was great. Then I decided to settle down and get married. Oh, well. Anyway, here I am stuck with this bad agency called the Child Protection System. It has many different names. In California, in Orange County, it's called the Child Protection Services. In LA County, next door, it's called the Department of Children and Family Services. In Prescott, Arizona, it's called Department of Children's Services. In Richmond, Kentucky, it's called the Cabinet. No matter what the name is, I just say CPS, the Child Protection Systems, found in every count and in every state. Every state has counties. So there may be 10, 20, 30 counties. That's how many child protection agencies are there. Now, they're a part of social services. They're part of the welfare. Our children have been so important. There's history now of over 400 years of protecting our children. In the early colonial days, there was a case about a boy being mistreated. I know in the early 1800s, there was a girl. I can't remember all the details, but a pivoting time from the year 1600 to 1875 is part one, history of child welfare. In 1875, we had a lot of things taking place. We had the homeless children in New York going wild. I don't know if you saw the movie Annie, but that's about the children in New York. Anyway, the society, these are a group of very wealthy groups that wanted to take care of our children. They're homeless. So they set up a refuge, a home that the children could live in and be taken care of instead of being abused in the streets of New York. Also, that pivotal time was our First Nation immigrants, the Native American Indians. They're called First Nation in Canada, but they're called Native Americans in the United States. The term India was given by Christopher Columbus, who thought he had discovered the North America part of the West Indies. But he was in the Caribbean. He never set foot on North America's shore. He thought he was in India, so that's why he called them Indians, the indigenous people that were on the island. Anyway, that's how they got the name Indians, a name given by Christopher Columbus probably about 600 years ago, about that time. Anyway, about 1875, we've been fighting the Indians for hundreds of years. It's sad because we thought they were savages. I think the white men or the Europeans were more savages than they were. Anyway, we rounded them up in 1875, especially after the Battle of Little Bighorn, the last battle that the Indians won, led by Crazy Horse and Sitting Bull. They kidnapped, or did not kidnap, they killed the 7th Cavalry. So only battle that the Indians can claim to victory. But for a couple hundred years, the Indians were slaughtered. They were slaughtered in their tents. They were slaughtered, their children and their women. Everything was slaughtered. It was terrible. We had advanced superiority. We took advantage of it. So they rounded them up and put them in reservations. And the children, they rounded up and put them in private schools, cut their hair, told they had to wear European clothes, told they had to not speak the native language, the native tongue, can't practice the ways or eat the food. They had to become completely what the Americans called civilized, eat with forks and knives and on plates and cups. But sometimes you really wonder who is more civilized. Scalping was done by both the Indians and the Europeans. It was a method for the Europeans to gain money. Every scalp they turned in from an Indian, they get paid. The Indians did it as some of their rituals do. But these children were kidnapped. And they never came back to see their parents. It didn't take to about 100 years later, in 1978, there was the ICWA, the Indian Child Welfare Act. That was mandated by Congress that CPS does not kidnap the Indian children or put them into foster care, that they try their best to see if the Indian children are registered in one of the 548 tribes. That's what ICWA is about. It was about taking the children and putting them into Indian families to help them reunite with their families. CPS, all they did is put them in an adoption. And these Indian children would grow up and never see their families. It's wrong. And it took over 100 years before the Indians received that. So, anyway, I'm starting to digress a little bit in talking. Carrie Sampson, yes, you can call me. My phone is on. Let me put my phone number on. By the way, make sure when you text me a comment should pertain to CPS or a question. Please state your first name, your city or your country, your state, and your country. Also, please tell me about your CPS from the beginning to an end. I'm going to put my phone number up so Carrie can call me. Great. My phone number is up. Carrie, you can call me at 626 698 0990. And I'd love to hear what you have to say. Hopefully, you have a story to tell or a question to ask. I'm waiting for you to call in. Something's happened to my caller. Carrie, Sampson, where are you? My phone number's up and I'm waiting for you. Good morning and welcome to my live stream. This is Bob Pace, and who do I have the pleasure I'm talking to? Well, I had the person here. Gary, did you call me? I just had a call, but I don't think it was your number. Well, whoever called me, I guess, doesn't want to talk. It could have been just a prank call or whatever it is. But anyway, my phone line is open. Carrie, call me, please. Good morning. This is Bob Pace, and welcome to my live stream. Who do I have the pleasure of talking to? Oh, hi, Carrie. I had another call from 213, and it threw me in a loop. Plus, they hung up, so I guess they had the wrong number. But I'm glad too that you called in. And where about are you from, Carrie? Brooke County, is that in Illinois? Oh, okay. Is that close to Atlanta or south of Atlanta? Oh, yeah. There's I'm trying to think of all the other cities I've been to in Georgia. There's only been Athens, and there was a college I went to. Warner Robins is where I've been far south, I think, is Warner Robins. Is that near you or is that further away? Okay. Anyway, what can I do for you, Carrie? I'm so glad you called me this morning. Well, they're going to lie. They're going to lie and they're going to confuse you. They want to confuse you. They hit you down. Yeah. All right. Yes. Yes, I know. I know it's hard. I know it's hard because you see, it's a government entity with so much power and they abuse the power and they traffic children. They hurt families. I know from firsthand experience how awful the child protection system is. The CPS is not your friend. So what did they accuse you of, Carrie? What did they accuse you of? Oh, they, he really want to treat him back with, my oldest son is accusing him from, basically, they are saying that my oldest son told them that he picked them up by the neck, put them on the ground, and he hurt his finger. But that's not all the stuff that they are assuming is not true. So it's basically what my oldest son is saying. It's basically like hearsay. Basically, they are using my child. That's basically need help for as mental wise. He's gone through 11-year-old stuff. Some parents understand what I mean by that. He's smelling himself, if you will. Some parents understand what I mean by that when I say that too. He's just smelling himself, learning stuff that I'm not comfortable with him learning. And I could go far of explaining what that is. A son trying to learn street life and not book school wise. Yeah. They try to be street smart and not book smart. And I raised my sons. I raised all three of my sons better than that. I got so many compliments. Oh, your sons are so respectful and all that stuff. So what I'm dealing with is my child is saying this stuff to the caseworker, which is not true. So I'm trying to get my son the help he needs. But if anybody that knows anybody that can work with my case, because they already took my kids, so I basically need someone that can actually
help me with that part. I need me a good old lawyer. No, I can't afford it, but I'm willing to do anything to basically help my kids at this point.
I know you are.
They didn't give me paperwork. They didn't give me paperwork signed by the judge of them taking my babies from me. So
wow.
When they took my kids, it's just no paperwork at all. So I need someone that can actually, help me with that part.
Well, did you okay? Did you get a court-appointed attorney?
She just basically worked for them.
Yeah, that's true. They do that. But here's what you can do. You can tell that court-appointed attorney, unless you take me seriously and fight for my kids and my family back, I will sue you for negligence and report you to the state bar and have your license removed. And that is a big risk they don't want to take. And they'll take you seriously. Oops, we lost her. We lost Carrie. Let's see if I can get Carrie back. That was Carrie from Georgia, Carrie Sampson. Ugh.
You're trying to reach is not available. Please leave your message after the tone.
Yeah, Carrie Sampson, you had called me and I lost your connection and I wish you could call me again. I'm available right now to talk to you about your case, Carrie Sampson from Georgia. So please call me back. Hello, Mia Dirk. Um, you went to court, okay? Are you on mute or I can't hear you? No, I'm talking. I was looking up people that were calling to try to talk to me. My phone number's up. And what part of the world are you from, Mia Dirk? What part of the world are you from? Mia Dirk, are you there? Tony the Tiger, are you there? Carrie Sampson, are you there? Hello? Mia? What is your question, Mia? What is your question and where are you from, Mia? Now, this is a live stream, and you can call me at this number. Also, you can be a guest on my live stream. To be a guest on my live stream, all you have to do is send an email to my show producer, Grace. Grace's email is grace@vincentwdavis.com. Pick one of the 14 shows during the week: Sunday evening, Friday morning, Wednesday evening, any day of the week, evening or night. Just pick it. Send it to Grace, and she'll put you on. She'll send you a link that you paste into your browser, and you'll be taken to YouTube and the SteamYard application. It's a software application, and you can talk on the show and help others. So be a guest. One thing nice that you're a guest is that I could say I could take 9 of you. So like on a phone, I can only do one at a time. But whether you are a guest or on the phone, you're entitled to a free 15-minute time with Vincent Davis, a private Zoom um, consultation. That's all you have to do there. I'm going to put my number back up there. It's 626-698-0990 that you can call in. Now, this show is interactive so that you all can go ahead and tell me what you'd like to talk about. Mia says, I can't talk now because my phone is broke. It's okay. It's about the car seat case. Oh, yes, you did talk last week. I can remember it. How's it going? Is it getting better? Is it worse? Tell me, Mia, is it any better or worse? Cassandra, um, are you able to ask me anything question wise that you? Okay. I know it's not fair. That's wrong. That's wrong. You should report that attorney to the state bar, to the state bar. They're railroading everything against you. Well, you can either order the attorney or you can contact Doge. I have this organization, government organizations that will help you. You can email them, you can call them, you can go to the webpage. It's the Department of Government Efficiency, Doge.gov. It's a website, lots of information on there. There are two phone numbers. They're both at the White House. They will talk to you. If you want to write something, their email is at doge@mail.house.gov. That's the email. So make sure you write them. You need to write them. Now it's 11 o'clock and my live stream will be ending shortly. My running clock says I have about 6 minutes left. The video court, that's the worst kind. That is the worst kind. You're going to have to go to the courthouse and register a complaint about your attorney. You need to replace the judge. That is terrible what you're going through. And without an attorney, you're helpless. I know that you're helpless. It's like you're trying to do open heart surgery yourself. There's no way you can cut open your chest cavity, pull your heart out, and work on it. That's how difficult the child protection system is. It is that bad. Mia, Dirk, I forgot where you're from. Where are you from, Mia? I forgot where you're from. Trenton, New Jersey. Okay, I'll try to remember that, Mia. Thank you so much. Yeah, they will try to take your baby when you have it in the hospital. Don't let them take it. Don't let them take it. Unless you have an attorney fighting for you, they're not going to return your children. They're going to make excuses. They want to milk it as much as they can so they get money, Mia. That's terrible. Living in a hotel. And you're pregnant again. That is so tough, Mia. Please keep in touch. I'm going to have to curtail my show now because it's past 11 a.m. this morning. I want to thank Mia Dirk from Trenton, New Jersey. Thank you for texting in. And I'll be praying for you, Mia. And I'll be and Carrie Sampson, it was nice to hear you, but all of a sudden your phone went dead. Tony the Tiger, I'm glad you check in with me. Keep in touch. And to the rest of you, please keep fighting for your children. Don't give up. I'll be on again tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please fight for your child. God bless you. And there'll be a brief message from my attorney, Vincent Davis. Please listen. See.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted. And if you go against it, it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the last